Hi, everyone. This is Ayana, your resident health coach and the founder of Thrive and Be Whole. Woohoo! Happy, what day of the week is this? Happy Tuesday. And happy day 7 of the 14-day challenge. Yay! Woohoo! That means you are 50% of the way through this 14-day challenge. You did it. You are almost there. Can you taste victory? I sure can. And as I said in the beginning, the whole goal of this challenge is to get you to change your mindset about the way you look at your health so that you can actually enjoy your life and get things done the way that you want to. Because, let's face it, we've talked about this before. So many of us struggle with a healthy lifestyle because we feel like it means the end of fun, the end of joy, the end of pleasure, the end of some of our favorite foods. And that just doesn't have to be the reality. Okay, so we are doing things one step at a time, and we are working on changing our mindset, incorporating more fun, being more intentional about actively eating delicious food and looking for it, not settling. Okay, and that is the motto here. Do not settle. Don't force yourself to do things that you hate or eat things that you hate just because it is healthy. There's far too much variety out there when it comes to workouts and eating, and so you just go for it because you deserve it. Okay, you deserve to enjoy your life, and that is the thing that's going to keep you in the healthy lifestyle for the long haul. Okay, so all of my ladies who have that goal of losing weight and keeping it off, and you're wondering what's up, it's because a lot of us don't have fun. A lot of us are so focused on our responsibilities, which, and we don't focus on ourselves. And this is be selfish. This is permission to be selfish, and damn it, it's your homework. Okay, so that's the good news. You need to have fun in order to maintain a healthy lifestyle long term. Okay, so with that, the title of this video is all about why cheating is okay and why guilt sucks. Oh, before I jump into that, I do just want to say one more thing. In the comments, I would love it if you could post about some of your wins for the day. Some things that came up for you. I had a really awesome win today. This morning, I actually, was able to pack my lunch. I went and I was in conference with people today, and I went and I packed a healthy lunch for myself, and I packed all the snacks that I love. I made sure that my sweet tooth was tickled a little bit, that I had things in there that would make me feel good and really get, set my taste buds on fire. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more about those as we're talking. Okay. And another one I had today too is that even though I was healthy eating, I did eat a cookie, and that's fine. Because my life has not been robbed of cookies, and I've been able to lose 40 to 50 pounds. Now, do I only eat cookies like I used to? There was a time when I ate one cookie and I couldn't stop. But the healthier lifestyle that I have, the more water I drink, the more satisfied, the smaller portions of meals that I eat more times a day, the less hungry and starved I feel, and the less I feel like I need to binge on stuff. Okay, so it really does work. Oh my God, my face looks really hot because the weather's so hot. But it really does work. So as you're eating to be satisfied, you can eat the one-off cookie, you can eat the one-off, things that you like for flavor and for pleasure, as long as it doesn't become an overarching thing that you're doing constantly. Okay, that's where we get in trouble. All right, so now with that is one of my wins for the day. It was a great cookie, by the way. So here's the thing. This is all about why cheating is okay. So with that, I was just telling you, I ate a cookie. Why was it okay for me to eat that cookie? There are so many diets that would say, don't eat a cookie, don't eat this, don't eat that. And here's what I say to that. Every time we are restrictive with ourselves in that way, and we just totally cold turkey get rid of these things, what ends up happening? We might be able to do it for a little while, few days, couple of days, couple hours, but we binge. We go back to it, and then we have these feelings of shame and guilt and feeling horrible about ourselves for doing it. And my philosophy is don't do that. Be very honest with yourself about where you are right now. Give yourself permission to start where you are. So if all you're eating right now is junk, all you're eating right now is processed sugar all the time, then just start slowly. Introduce, one healthy snack a day or one healthy meal per day, and then work your way in that way. That is the way that we meet our health goals. We meet our health goals by starting out where we are and taking things one step at a time, not by putting so much pressure on ourselves that we want to quit. And then not only that, I eat a very consistently healthy lifestyle. So even like if you're going from eating very unhealthily to wanting to eat more healthily, Sorry about that. I normally put my phone on silent. All right. I can't find it, but there you go. If you hear a little ringing in the background, that's what's going on. But if you are, my diet right now is pretty healthy. But I would say that there is like maybe 1 day a week or 2 days a week where I indulge myself and I allow myself to have an unhealthy meal or two. And it's fine. What's great about that is I feel balanced. I feel good. I don't feel like I have to say no to everything. Like one of the things I love is a barbecue. I love a barbecue. If you take me to your house for a barbecue, I am going to eat all of your food all the time. Okay. But what I've done is I've allowed myself to go to those things, know what's coming up in the week, know when I'm going out to be with friends, and allow myself to have those moments. Okay. And you can too, as you should. So start where you are right now. Be honest with yourself. Don't try to do too much too soon. Allow yourself to ease into things and let your goal be not to just eliminate all of those things from your life if you feel like you don't want to do that and that's not fun, but just to make your goal, your diet and your exercise as healthy as possible. As much exercise as you can do in a week and as much healthy eating as you can do in a week. Okay? So that's the thing. Now, here's the thing I want to say about guilt, okay? Now, if you are feeling guilty, okay, as so many of us do, we feel guilt and shame, and it's very, very, very natural. I want to just remind you that guilt is one of those things that slows us down and stops us and shuts us down, okay? It is so damaging. And as a teacher, I've been a teacher for over 10 years. And I'll say this to you, as a teacher, I would see this all the time. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. The number one difference between an A student and an F student is not intelligence. Oftentimes, it's not a lack of skill. It is the way that F student perceives themselves. It's their confidence level. It's how much they're beating themselves up and how much shame and guilt they've built up around a situation. So what always happened, I'd have students who I knew were very capable of doing the assignment, but the student who ended up getting an F, they would mess up on one classwork, on a worksheet in class, feel stupid, and then they would just start to retreat and go away and try to cover up their mistakes and hide it and act like it didn't happen. And then they would retreat into themselves and stop trying. Okay. Now, the A student might do poorly on an assignment, but they would, instead of retreating and shutting down, they might feel bad for a moment, which is normal, but then they would come and ask for help. They would pick themselves back up and say, you know what, even though I made these mistakes, or even though I didn't hit my goal, I'm going to keep going and I'm going to get help and I'm going to talk to experts. I'm going to talk to people who I care about and who I feel like have my back. And so that's the difference between the A and F student. And that's what happens with us with all of our goals too. And it's the same thing for our health goals, right? So if you've struggled with that, you have to ask yourself, how much guilt and shame have I been building up and putting on myself for not hitting the mark perfectly? Okay, so free yourself from that shame. Allow yourself to start where you are. Allow yourself to have cheat days and things that are going to make you, feel more invested and like there's a reward at the at the end of the tunnel for you. And give yourself permission to have fun. This is the second tip. Give yourself permission to have fun with your food. Have fun with the exercising. There are some delicious foods that are also very healthy that I've discovered I'm in love with. Hi, Debbie. Welcome. Thank you. Okay, so Debbie is saying, I may cheat with the 100-calorie ice cream. Yes. Okay. Life is meant to be lived. Eat the ice cream. Okay. Now, I wouldn't be a good health coach if I said that's all you should eat all the time, right? But it is knowing that you had that indulgence coming up is so powerful and so freeing, okay? And it liberates you. And then what's great is that as you build up your muscle and you get more and more confident, you'll naturally want to try and start eating healthily. Like you'll want to reach higher goals on your own. You'll naturally be more motivated to do more. That's what happened with me. So when I started working out, I think I said this to you guys before, I could only walk like a block, block and a half. And as I allowed myself, as I just got honest with myself, worked on the guilt and the shame that I was feeling, I was able to slowly get stronger and stronger. So now I'm at the point where I can do like a boot camp, I can run 6 miles, but I definitely didn't start there. Okay, so just give yourself permission to start where you are. And now, so with that, I'm going to tell you, like, here, like, I have some delicious, there's so many different ways you can enjoy healthy, delicious foods that are fantastic. There are dessert peanut butters and dessert nut butters. Okay. Now, I told you before, I discovered chocolate and dessert hummuses, which I love. Okay. So great. You can use avocado to make all sorts of chocolate spreads. I mean, there's so many cool and inventive ways to get your sweet tooth fix if you're like me and need that, but to do it through a healthier way. You can just Google, or you can go on Pinterest and you can find, healthy, if you Google, what's the thing I Google? It's healthy dessert alternatives. Okay. You are going to find things on there that taste so good where you're like, how can this be healthier for me? It's fantastic. I even made a banana split for my kids one time because they were asking for a banana split. I used bananas, yogurt, and a little bit of chocolate hummus. They had no clue. They were just like, this is the most delicious thing ever. And it was banana, yogurt, and a little bit of chocolate hummus. So there's all types of ways to get that sweet fix in as well too, to where you also don't feel deprived. I'm healthier than I've ever been and I don't feel deprived. So you can do that too. Okay, and then finally, just as we talked about before, if you are, the emotional eaters out there, so when you're dealing with guilt and shame, and we talked about how damaging that is, again, it also leads to more emotional eating. It also, all of the people who are binging on like a whole pint of ice cream and stuff like that, not judging, because I've done it too. But if you are doing that, it's because there's guilt and shame and other negative emotions that are piling on. So work through that, okay? And here's a couple of the ways, again, as a reminder, celebrate your wins every day. That's why I put in the group, I ask you guys, I say, write down a win, even if it seems small to you, because you need to learn to celebrate yourself. We have to learn to break up that guilt and break up that shame, and self-congratulation is one of the best and easiest ways to do that. Okay, self-congratulation and gratitude for where you are right now. Okay, again, if you need those resources, go check out the files section of the group. You are going to see that there's a journal prompt in there that I love, and that has helped me work through a lot of guilt and shame and helps me keep pressing on when I feel really bad. You can do it too. Okay, you got this. All right, so with that, my throat's starting to get a little dry. I'm gonna go, but I would love if you put in the comments, Debbie just shared, thank you so much. Definitely schedule in a couple of cheat days for yourself if you need to. Remember, the name of the game here is fun and enjoyment. What can you do for fun? What can you do for joy? What can you do to break up that guilt? Okay. All right. You guys are awesome. Put some wins out, post your comments in this video of your wins for the day. I'd love to see them. Okay. All right. Bye. Have a great rest of the day. Take care.